3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
So I think this one is going to be pretty close.
Yeah, probably. This is a pretty beatable goal, so yeah, I think we'll see. Maybe players get a run in early and then maybe try to really reset until they get one where everything goes right. We'll see. It's definitely a very different dynamic when the goal is more survivable. So you start with 3 heart containers, and you don't need. I guess you can go and get the extra heart from the chest, but I don't think it's needed for the goal.
Correct.
I've been ignoring it.
Yeah, I mean, because there's a little bit of damage boosting you can do, but I don't see it as being essential. Like, given that you can jump on a lot of these enemies, and it doesn't really slow you down too much.
Actually speeds you up. If
You
do
get a
it
little
sometimes.
boost. It looked. I wasn't sure because it looks like it slows you down a moment when you land on them, but then you get a little boost after.
I was working under the assumption that it was time neutral.
Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, it looked like a pretty even trade to me, but I don't know.
It depends like where it is, I think.
Huh.
But usually you jump on enemies to skip ledge grabs.
Yeah, ledge grabs are slow. I say as I accidentally grab like 8 ledges.
And of course, he's got his parachute type thing. It's actually a power-up. It's just a sheet lying on the ground after you open a chest, but it is a power-up and it is very useful.
I think I... Feel free to completely ignore the things I actually hit for splits.
Don't worry, Arkhanno, we'll get to the bottom of it.
Yep.
Yes. Please, Arkhanno, rescue me from myself.
Right. The splits don't matter, except that they do, except that they don't really.
It's whose line, man.
Yes. Exactly. The points don't matter.
Welcome to Who's Run, the show where...
Who's... Yeah, we should just have...
the show where the routes are all made up and the splits
Right.
don't matter.
I like that.
We could have the audience come up with a goal. I'll just be like, alright, today's game is Swamp Thing. And everyone will just say what level they want us to play.
Oh, it's worst first level ever.
Right. No, it
Oh,
only
but
gets
check out
harder.
that split.
How did I not hit that arrow? I don't even know.
Wow. So I forget, we discussed this earlier during practice, but feathering the sheet on and off is, it preserves forward speed, or does it preserve height? Or both?
I don't think your forward speed changes when you use the sheet. I think it just lets you get a
I
little
think it
more
does.
distance.
And it turns out most of the jumps you can make without having to flutter at all.
I think it moves you slightly forward.
Oh, it does a little bit? Okay.
Oh, like a pixel every time you do it or something?
Well, because I think the task does the fluttering thing, but I thought that they just did that to let it last longer so they could float farther. Like leaf pumping or something.
I don't know.
I don't know, sometimes when I flutter, I don't go as far as when I don't.
I'm gonna check the task notes and see what that says.
Aladdin can also throw apples to stun enemies, but the arc is not the greatest for hitting the enemies you want them to hit, and the hitbox is, like, the animation involved is a little unwieldy. but I see our players have managed to find a couple spots to make them useful. I see everyone's got a,
Oh, our
fairly good baseline time,
Mm-hmm.
and they're all now working on the really highly optimized ones, so we're going to see a lot of resets, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Ooh, a 148.5 from Hagspam.
That is a good time.
Yep, that's so far the front runner. Although it's only, 14 seconds separating the players, so we'll see.
Death to the last enemy. GG.
Wow, there have been a lot of tasks of this game. There's an all gems category for this on task videos. Interesting.
A bit of history about this goal in particular. This is the second time we've had this goal on our show.
Mm-hmm.
In episode 8, we had Blecky and Jadian, two of the, I think they're in the top 4 in our standings. Two of the top players we have in the SGL. Yep, number 1 and number 4 went head to head, and Blecky came out on top with a 143, and Jadian had a 147. So a 148, pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
So I was unable to figure out if flapping the cape moves you forward or not. I didn't see it mentioned in any of the task notes. It did say that bouncing on things, ledge grabbing, etc. slows you down, but I think we knew that.
Wait, so bouncing definitively slows you.
Well, it said bouncing, yeah, it did say bouncing slows you down, but I don't know if it meant on enemies' heads, as opposed to like trampolines or springboards or something, which I don't really see any of those in most of this. I mean, none
I like
that you can
the end.
avoid.
The end of part 3 definitely is faster to bounce off that guy's head. But that's if you jump as you land on him. Because it maintains your momentum that you had.
I guess there's little poles that you can bounce off of, too.
Yeah, grabbing poles is like the thing that slows you down the most, I'm finding.
Yeah, that may have been what the task notes were referring to. Don't bounce on any of the poles. Wow, all gems would have made a cool category for this, now that I'm looking at it.
I changed my mind. That's what you guys are doing from now
Yeah,
on.
from now on, it's
Nope.
all gems.
Yep,
Mhm.
so
I
C
disagree.
will clear your splits, and you have
Yeah,
15 minutes.
right.
Oh, that was a pretty clutch bounce off of a barrel there. It's pretty hard to do, but you can bounce off of those barrels.
Can you bounce off arrows at all?
I don't think so.
Even if they're, I don't know if like maybe a certain part of their trajectory.
Oh, the top of it. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
If Ardy can jump off of spears, surely Aladdin can manage an arrow.
He's far more acrobatic. Yeah, we were just mentioning in chat how Blecky got an extra 20 minutes or so to practice this goal because he got such a good run on the game before it that he decided to just stop playing that and start playing this. And that inspired a new rule where you are not allowed to play any other game during the match. So we now have the Blecky correlation. Or,
Yeah. Well, at the very least, you can't play the mystery game. I might be okay with. I mean, I'm not. I don't necessarily have anything against someone practicing the other main game or something, because they've already had a whole week. So an extra
Yeah.
20 minutes of practice is not really going to change much. Or if you wanted to just play some other random game for the hell of it, you know, it's it's if you want to use your time that way, I guess.
if you want to be a jerk.
Yeah. It's like, look at me, I'm a dick. Check this out. But, you know, it's not giving you an advantage, so...
What if it's the sequel to the mystery game?
Sequel to the mystery game.
Oh, and it plays similarly?
I guess if it plays
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's even that much practice. I don't know that that's going to help you. Playing different levels with the similar character control.
Yeah, if it was a game where, you know, mastering the controls, unwieldy controls was like the entire crux of the goal, then
Like
maybe.
Snake Rattle
Right. But I don't
Yes.
know. Yeah.
If there were,
That's
yes, okay. That might be something. Guess I'll go ahead and mention we're using rainwave.cc for our music. And you can go ahead and visit it and register and request and vote on what gets played on the show. You can also select really silly things and troll the show if you are Iswaffle. Yeah.
Chiptune.rainwave is the station. I think Rainwave's got several stations.
I think the CC might automatically go to the... I don't know.
Does
What's
it?
up?
Wow. I can't even spell right.
Rainwaver. You'll have to sign this before you go out in the rain. Yeah, there's lots of video game stuff on there, but and also a lot of original works by people working with chiptune sounds. It's
Yeah,
pretty
or
good.
remixes of popular video game music.
Mhm.
Or like 5 different versions of the same Christmas song.
Yep, that too.
Don't appear to be any Christmassy tunes today, though, even though we're only 2 days after Christmas, so I guess they nixed that pretty quick. No one wants to listen to Christmas music 2 days after Christmas?
I guess when you play it, you know, in November in department stores, people are just about ready to be done with it as soon as possible.
Especially if you work in those stores.
Oh god, yes. I worked a night shift at a grocery store, and the music was kept on the whole time.
Three days after Christmas. Yes. No, actually, the time zone... Oh yeah, I guess it would be 12:30.
Also, being Swedish is hardly weird for the speedrun community. It's a very active speedrun community in Sweden and throughout Europe.
And they're so over Christmas. They're an extra day past Christmas.
Actually, the 4 o'clock showtime on Saturdays was mostly to accommodate... I don't know what mostly, but it does accommodate
Well, yeah.
our European viewers.
Yeah, it was hard before to get, you know, people in Europe to do the Thursday night show because they're up so late.
It starts at 2 in the morning, and
Right.
it will last until about 5.
Last until
so...
dawn.
And it's during the week, so just go ahead and sign up. It'll be fun.
Oh, I see. It's not a time zone thing. It's just that they have it on a different day. Okay.
Well,
Celebrate it the night before, the night of instead of the day of. Makes sense.
How does that make sense?
Because you know it's It's better to celebrate like something that's about to happen than something that's
Happening.
already happening or over. I don't know. Maybe. Some people exchange presents on Christmas Eve, even in America. You know, it's something.
We would always get pajamas on Christmas Eve.
Oh my god, Aladdin. That was such a good time too. I mean, not great, but
Run.
It definitely. Well, you're in very close competition
with free ball, looks like,
with
yeah.
with free ball. So that could have been a big difference maker.
Oh. Damn it. Why do I have 4 splits?
That's fine as long as you still hit Y.
I can't
if
hit white
you-
because I don't have
Uh,
finesse.
Oh, you can
So
just
can you
hit another
split
split.
again?
Yeah, you can hit another split.
Okay.
As long as the
Yeah.
recording is there, Arkhanno can find the ending point.
yeah, you're good. And it's N, I believe, to mess with
It's-
the splits.
To do
Yeah. Change the number,
to change the number of splits. Yeah,
or to move them top to bottom.
that's right. That's right.
So what is Hagspam doing that we aren't? That's getting in the
Going fast.
12 seconds.
Well, you know, every time there's like a left to right you need to do, he's doing that super tight. Like, for example, that one ledge where you flutter over to the edge at the end of part 1, part 2? I'm not sure, but
Or 2.
yeah, where you get up high. As soon as he climbs that ledge, he's jumping and in the air, and I'm noticing, you know, a bit of hesitation to walk to the left under the arrow, that sort of thing. So it's just a lot of very small optimizations, which means it's very hard to
Right.
to catch up.
Okay. Because with the time, like with the difference of, 12 seconds, I was thinking surely there's got to be like one big thing.
No, it looks like it's just lots of small things.
Wow.
Just being good. That's all.
Yeah. Kudos to him
That's the strategy.
on being that good.
That's my second pro tip. 1, don't fall. 2, be good.
Be good, right?
No, oh, I made it. That's the first time I haven't
Alright,
launched
there. I
climb
got the
there.
optimization at the end of level 2.
There you go. You're on your way.
There you go. I wanted to see the arrow boost personally because I think that was pretty cool looking.
Why
But I
did
guess
I
that
grab
doesn't save
that?
you time.
No! And then the archer.
Yeah, all these accidental grabs.
Oh, tied my run. Wait, no, stop. Don't want to upload it. Oh well, too late.
It's a minute anyways.
It's
That's
okay.
A minute anyways.
I
It
think
may
you
be a
timed
couple
it.
frames
Maybe you beat it
faster.
by like 0.2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be faster by a small amount. That's fine. Yep, avoiding bouncing off the poles and the enemies maybe is helping.
And there's things like when you need to jump
Yes!
up several platforms in a row.
Why for yes?
There you go.
All right,
Already
so we got a
getting
sub
on
2.
chunks of time.
Got a sub 2 run from BinaryDragon. So now everyone's sub 2.
I am dying to see what the official timing on that is.
Oh my god, the fucking ledges. I keep grabbing them.
Yeah, there should be a grab button. You know, like you don't automatically grab unless you're holding this button down. That'd be a good innovation for this. Good change. When we make our ROM hack of this, that's what we'll do.
At least it's not like the Darkwing Duck grab that's like really weird and behind you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was an unfortunate.
Also, I think Hagspam has a couple places where he uses an apple to stun one of the guys with the barrels.
Using the apple strats, okay. As we just see right there. And again.
Then I jumped the wrong way.
And he's resetting over that.
Yep.
That was, a second tops, but that's how optimized.
Yeah, he's
his
at
run is.
147, so that's gotta reset over things like that.
It's always tough when you're practicing. You don't know how optimized the other players are going to, get. So when you're practicing, sometimes there is a faster route that's harder to execute on, and you think, I'll opt for this safer strat. And then it turns out that, unless you really start going for more of those harder things, you're just not going to catch up to the guy who got the great run. So all your practice that you spent on this slower route gets invalidated, basically, and you're forced to do trickier stuff that you did not practice. So you have to think pretty hard while you're practicing that, which concessions you're going to make for speed versus consistency.
Right, and it's not like you can watch. I mean, you can watch the broadcast, you can have it up and see what other people are doing, but if you're playing your own games, it's not like you're going to be able to watch really closely what everyone else is doing, so you might not even know what the state of everyone's strategies are.
Mm-hmm.
Am I down here?
That's another one, very close, but probably not a PB from Hagspam.
0.2 seconds. I'm just gonna say.
Good enough.
Well, still a chunk of time here. About 6.5 minutes. Now that the bar's been set so high, players have got quiet. That's fine.
That's fine. Yeah, we've got just over 6 minutes left on the clock. That's enough time for several runs. It's a nice short goal. I think 2 minutes is a pretty good length for, a game like this.
I'd be interested to see the plot of like the average run length before reset.
Yeah, how far
On
each
this
one gets
goal.
before resetting.
I was testing some goals earlier, and I thought about including a sort of par time, and I was like, well, that varies too much.
Yeah, it's really
I don't
hard
want
to
to make
say.
any assumptions about skill level.
Right, or even, the choices that they might make, speed versus safety.
Yeah, the Ardy goals were especially hard to gauge yourself on because you couldn't even use other speed runs to estimate par.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you just
Yeah,
had the tool assisted run, and you're
right.
like, well, is it super good because it's tool assisted or because I'm doing something wrong, and blah blah blah.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, the tool assisted got a 230 on that previous goal, so we were nowhere, nowhere close to that.
No! I missed the trampoline. Oh my god.
That definitely would have been close. Minus 1.7 there.
Yeah, the third stage is the easiest I found.
Yeah. There's an archer or two that can get you in the third stage, but otherwise it's kind of hard to screw up.
These levels are, or at least this level, the first level here is pretty tall, so it seems like there's a couple different paths you can take through it. Although I think if you're getting the sheet, it probably makes the most sense to just take the high road and float over everything rather than have to worry about all the enemies on the ground floor.
Well, those snakes are a real time sink
Yeah.
if you're down there.
Unless you really want that heart.
Why would I want the heart? That's the worst planet tier power.
Exactly. These arrows have as good as hitboxes as Ardy's.
I don't know. I don't think any hitboxes can be as good as Ardy's. Trying to go too fast, I'm just falling everywhere.
No! Couldn't grab the zip line.
Whoop, that's no good. Oh no. Alright, you all's gotta
No.
break these hands. Oh no.
I didn't grab it either.
Oh man,
Oh man, because that was a good run you had going.
you had about the same time on your timer as Hagspam did when he made the same mistake, and Hagspam was basically like at +0 on his splits,
Mhm.
so you would have been right there. Oh, that's a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
How much time is left?
A little over 2 minutes, so I think we're in okay shape. Enough time for another run at least. Just do what you did again. It's that easy.
That easy.
Something interesting with the ledge grabs in this game is if you're using the sheet and you float up to the edge of a ledge, you're wasting time because he's not going to grab it until his hands get there. That's not a consideration you get in a lot of games. I should be jumping at this lower in order to grab it.
What?
No! I
Should have
missed
arrow
the
boosted.
Oh, that was nice.
To answer your question, the games that we use are in some cases suggested by people. A few people have contributed goals, or at least suggested games that would make good games for the show. A lot of them came from Blecky. Back when we started out, he came up with a lot of suggestions for goals. And most of the rest of them I just come up with myself based on games I see people playing, things that people have submitted to Sunday Sequence Break. Often will end up on SGL, and just looking at what tasks
Sometimes
are
the
available.
other way around.
Sometimes the other way around, yeah. Hopefully that too. And then just looking at things that have tasks, sometimes that's a good way to find games. I mean, I try to pick some stuff that's not super mainstream, just so you know, we get to see some variety of things, but we have a few mainstream games on here too.
Just need to finish this run.
Well, we're getting down to it. We got 2 seconds left here, so
No.
we are now in sudden death mode, so no more resetting will be allowed past this point. So this is your last chance to reset if you'd like to. Otherwise, you're stuck with this run. And that's it.
Everyone's going for it.
They're all going for it. Well, I mean, Hagspam
I
is...
shouldn't have gone for it. This is
Shouldn't have
the
gone
worst
for
run
it.
I've ever had.
Oh,
Hagspam had a good
This
one.
is gonna be close.
I have -2.
147.8 showing on the splits. This is gonna be a photo finish.
Yep. Okay. Well, what happens when they submit these runs is they get uploaded to our server, and Arkhanno is going to play them back and check out the timing and get the answer. Who is the winner of this match? It'll be a photo finish.
I almost wish I had the ROM and everything ready to go, and then we could both.
We could both do it at the same time.
Yeah.
We'll have to do it in serial though. That's all right. BinaryDragon not able to get his last run in, but did end up with a sub 2 minutes. So everyone's got sub 2 runs.
Yeah, it was a very close race, as
Yeah.
I anticipated.
Very close. Now we'll be switching back to Ardy in a minute.
I see
So,
Hagspam is practicing, and he's elected to skip right to the end of the goal to practice the final room, which is going to be the biggest headache and the one to watch for sure.
Mm-hmm.
so before we run this, I just want to share a piece of the comments from the runner of the task regarding this final level of this goal. So, and I'm going to quote here: "I hate this level. Hate it. Spotty controls, dodgy physics, and faulty collision detection come together for a perfect storm of mental anguish that involves trying to jump up a long series of moving platforms that can hurt you. And if that wasn't enough, the developers decided to throw in a single flying enemy near the top. Trying to deal with him without falling off and or getting hit is a very awkward affair, and will most likely end in failure and maybe a hole in the wall. Every time I try to play this level, I spend at least an hour trying to reach the top. I don't enjoy a single second of it. It was here I decided this game was terrible."
Oh, there it was. There's the flying guy. Just took him down.
Yep.
Oh, this looks great.
So,
Match results are
That-
updated.
All right, there we go. We
That-
have
that-
it. Looks like Hagspam wins by 0.28 seconds.
That last run did it.
It was that
Yeah.
last run.
Wow.
Wow, that was a good finish. Cool.
Congratulations, guys. Oh, and what was the other time by Jadian? Because it was a 147.
All right.
No, I had it open.
147.82.
Oh wow, so we beat that time. We beat the second place time from the last time this goal was used. And what was the winning time on this? For the
Lucky destroyed it with a 143.21. That doesn't even seem possible.
143. Wow, that's crazy.
He did have extra 20 minutes. So,
He did.
It made a difference, I'm sure. Oh, that's the wrong one.
Zappa in the chat asks, why does he fall through the platforms?
Because they have terrible, terrible collision detection.
they have collision detection? What?
wait, they have collision detection?
You think someone on the dev team would have asked the same question? Hey guys,
Yeah.
why does he fall through the platforms?
Yeah. That's what one of the QA guys would have said.
I'm sure
Yeah.
they actually did say that and then they got fired.
Right.
That's one of those things where they're like, if we tried
Wait,
to
they were QA guys?
reprogram the hit collision on it, we are gonna probably break two other things.
Right. That's
So
the thing. Often.
Known
yeah,
shippable is what they market KS, known shippable, and they just ship the game anyway.
I feel like the QA on a lot of things, not just video games, but it happens so late in the cycle that when things are discovered, it's often just too late to fix them. So it's almost like, what's the point of testing it? So they would leave that in. I wonder what things that they actually had to fix. What was worse than this?
Well, I got to the top. It wasn't fast,
So-
but I got there.
Alright. Is everyone ready to do this? As ready
Who
as you're
knows?
going to get?
This might prove to be so difficult and so tense and frustrating that the guy who gets to the top at all might be the guy who takes it, so we shall see.
You know, the probability of that is how I determined how I did my practice.
Hey, he's up at the top. Hippity hop. Ardy Lightfoot's at the top. Alright, that'll be the last time you guys see that. I'm glad we got to see it once. Okay, everyone's got the timer up, it looks like.
Something over here.
Cool.
Oh, I got a double kill on the boss. The game does not give it to you, apparently.
It doesn't give it to you? Oh, that's too bad.
Welcome to no games.
Okay, I'm
Is
gonna...
it actually faster to jump at the boss fight, like the Tasters?
Is it?
Yes, because you can reflect like 2 things at him, but it's also way more dangerous.
Because I'm just standing in the middle without
Yeah,
moving it.
that's what I do.
I jump at him, so good luck.
No!
So now you're
build
gonna
up
have to...
pressure.
Yeah. Alright, is everyone ready to go on this?
Yep.
Yes? As one person's ready, that's all that we need.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Yes.
Fine. Alright, I'm gonna count you guys down.